Welcome back to another video. I'm your host, Mike Builds. We have another battery to test from Humsienk. We've already reviewed the Humsienk server rack battery. This battery is a little bit different, so let's get it open and take a look. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Check that thing out, it's a beaut. What we have here is the Humsienk 48 volt, 100 amp hour wall mount lithium iron phosphate battery made for solar power storage. Essentially, it's a lot like a server rack battery, just in a little bit different form factor. And it also has a display versus their server rack battery did not have a display. So it's a little bit of an upgrade. As far as price, this thing sells for $650. If you catch it on sale, and it makes it a really good value to give you 5 kilowatt hours of capacity. As far as the dimensions of the battery, it is about 21 3/4 inches long, 18.5 inches tall, and 6 1/4 inches wide. So that kind of gives you an idea of where this can fit if you're interested in looking at something like this in this form factor. It weighs 100 pounds. It is equipped with a 100 amp smart Bluetooth BMS with active balancing. You can actually parallel up to 15 of these. It also has communication features, so you can actually connect this to a smart inverter or other Humsienk batteries to have full closed loop communication. It's compatible with a lot of the popular inverters on the market. Here's what the side of the battery looks like. You have an RS485/CAN port, an RS232 port, as well as a link in and a leak out. So that's going to be all your communications right there with these little waterproof covers. This battery is also rated to be slightly water resistant because you can mount these outdoors. You have your power on and off switch right here to power up the battery. You have Infinil style positive and negative connections. And what's nice about those is it makes it very easy to make your connections. You just click them on there. They're sealed, ready to go. You don't got to deal with bolts and terminals and all that. You also have a breaker right here, also in a little waterproof little enclosure. So that's pretty cool. Carrying handle. You also have another carrying handle on the other side. Back of the battery has these little threaded inserts, so that's if you want to mount this thing to the wall using the included brackets, which I will show you guys. It allows you to bolt everything to the back of this, and you can actually hang this from the wall. You don't have to set it on the ground, although it also does have little rubber feet. So if you do choose to just set it on the ground just like this, you can absolutely do that. And here's what the other side looks like. You get the label here, as well as all the model information and all that good stuff. Also talks about the Bluetooth address when you go to connect this to your phone. Also in the box, along with the battery itself, you do get all your wall mounting hardware right here, making it very easy to secure this to the wall. You also do get a nice set of 4-gauge leads. The one side of the leads is gonna have the Infinil connectors. That's what you're gonna connect to the battery. And on the other side, you have some nicely crimped and heat shrinked ring terminals. So you can connect this to a bus bar, straight to an inverter, junction box, anything like that, making it very easy to connect this thing into your system. They're probably about 4 feet long. And you also get a weatherproof Ethernet cable, and the reason it's weatherproof is because it has these little ends here, so once you connect this, it will create a watertight seal. This other end is going to connect to your inverter or to another battery. Next, we're going to turn the battery on, so I'm going to push the little power button on the side. Our little screen's going to power up. Oh, that's nice. I'll walk you guys through some of the menus that you have available on the screen. So if you click pack, that's gonna give you all the information on the pack, your state of charge, current going in and out. It also talks about the balance current. So it shows you when the battery is actually balancing, your min and max cell voltages, current, temperatures. You can turn on and off equalizing, so that's pretty cool. It also gives you statuses for charging and discharging. The cells button is going to tell you all the individual cells. This makes it very easy to troubleshoot and make sure your battery is properly balancing. If you have a high or a low cell, it would be very easy to identify it on this screen. Alarms, it's going to give you any sort of faults that you may have with the battery if you have triggered an alarm or a fault. You also have this little graph. I'm not really sure what that does, but I assume as you use the battery, it's going to plot everything on that. I have not seen that before, so that's pretty interesting. Here's your settings where you're actually going to set the CAN protocol or the RS485 protocol, and you'd also pick what type of inverter you're running. So we are going to set up communications with this with my SunGold Power inverter. I will show all that, and that's pretty much it. And because the BMS is also equipped with Bluetooth, you can download the Humsienk Bluetooth app. It does not require an account, and you can easily monitor all the statuses of the battery through the Bluetooth. And there we go. That's what the Bluetooth app looks like. You can click on this, you can see all your cell voltages just like you can in the little display, min and max. All your temp sensors, it has 6, power, current, you have your warning page here, parameter page, go to parameter settings, gives you all the information there. It looks like the overcurrent is actually set to 120 amps, and you can actually go in there and change that. Pretty cool. And that's pretty much it, not much more to it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fully charge the battery so we could run a capacity test. Once we're done with that, we're actually gonna open the battery up and take a look at the build quality and the cells, the BMS and everything. Went ahead and mounted our Humsienk wall mount battery to our 48 volt portable, and we're gonna be using the SunGold Power 5,000 watt single phase inverter to do all of our capacity testing. And I'm actually gonna connect comms to it because the SunGold Power can actually do communication, and so can the battery. And in the manual, it tells you what to set the communication to. So if we look, we're gonna go where it says SRNE because the SunGold Power inverter is an SRNE inverter, and it tells you the type, if it's supported, and the baud rate. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set up, and we'll see how easy it is. There are also some settings in the inverter that I'm gonna have to set as well. So anyways, I'll show you guys in the manual real quick. This thing is compatible with a ton of different inverters, including EG4 inverters if they're the Lux Power units. So as you guys can see, we have Lux Power for EG4. And yeah, just a ton of different inverters. More than likely, if you want to use communication features with your setup, your inverter more than likely will be supported, but just double check that before you commit if that's something you're interested in. So I was able to get the communication feature to work. I did have to go in here to set, and I had to make sure the RS485 was set up. So all I did was hit 485 set, and I just left it on pace. I just left that alone because I didn't have an option for sun gold. And if we come up here to my inverter, as you guys can see, it's showing battery percentage, which means we are communicating. So that's really good to see. I went ahead and got the battery completely fully charged. Now we're gonna go ahead and run our capacity test. We're gonna put a 0.2C load on the battery. So we're gonna run about 20 amps on the DC side. I'm gonna use a battery charger connected to our 48 volt off-grid solar power system to supply the load. And once the battery is completely discharged, we're gonna be able to see the final result on our little current shunt. I went ahead and zeroed everything out on this. We're at 100%. That's gonna be the total amp hours that we use. So this is gonna be the number we're looking at to see how much capacity the battery has. 20 amps, 20.5. So we're gonna let this run until the battery shuts off. We just finished the capacity test on our Humsienk wall battery, and it got a grand total of 101.3 amp hours. So it passed the capacity test, pulled a little bit over 100. That's good to see that. But that's great. We were able to get the full capacity as advertised out of the battery. Now I'm gonna bring you guys in closer for a better look at the inside of the pack to kind of look at the build quality and how they put the pack together. So here's a kind of a good close-up of the pack. We have really nicely welded, laser welded bus bars with expansion humps. All the balance wires are kind of zip tied to the metal supports. So all the wiring is nice and clean. It's all been marked as well. So I assume they do that for quality assurance. And then same with all the spot welds. It looks like somebody checked all those. None of the vents are covered up. We have a nice metal frame holding all the cells in place, so the cells do not move around. There is a little bit of space right here. If you guys can see, I can actually grab this and move it a little bit. So I probably would have shimmed this up just a little bit tighter, because there is a possibility with the cover on this could actually come loose and bounce against the cover. Balance wires are all bolted. There's no soldering done there. You have a temp sensor here. You have a temp sensor here, here, and here. So 4 temperature sensors total, plus whatever's in the BMS itself. All the balance wires kind of converge to this little harness here that is loomed. They put this plastic looming, and then that's gonna go to the BMS. Here's kind of a better look at where the BMS lives. This is gonna be toward the front end of the battery where all our connections are gonna go. We're using 2 wires, looks like 6 gauge wires from the battery to the bus bars, and then same from the bus bars to the BMS, and then from the BMS to the batteries in this cable. Positive wire is gonna go through our circuit breaker. The BMS is the same BMS that they used in the Server Rack style battery. It is a 3 amp active balancing BMS. It does 100 amp output, high midnight. And here's kind of another view of the BMS bolted to this metal panel right here, looking inside the battery. Everything's really nicely bolted, nicely mounted. I'd say the build quality for the price is actually really good. All the wiring is nicely loomed up. There's not many loose wires, kind of floating around. There's this main power wire, but even that's somewhat kind of wrapped up right here and tidied out of the way. So they did do a really good job as far as wire management, tidying up all the wiring. Everything's bolted. There's no solder joints. The balance wires, they even put some glue right here to help secure the balance wires into the BMS. And those are of course loomed like I showed you guys right here. So they did a really good job on that. And I'd say overall, for what you're paying for this battery, the build quality is pretty good. I just decoded the cells. It's showing up as great power cells, LiFePO4, 100 amp hours. There's a website right here. It says the production date of the cells is 19th of July, 2025. So they're not super old cells, but they are a great power brand. I'm wondering why they didn't use the BYD power brand like they did in the Server Rack battery. But other than that, there's not really much more to see. So we're gonna slap the cover back on and wrap this up. That's gonna wrap up testing and reviewing this Humsienk wall mount 48 volt 100 amp hour battery. Overall, for the price, it's kind of hard to beat it. But the fact that you can get a full 100 amp hour battery that has this kind of build quality, even with a screen, for less than $700, pretty amazing. These batteries sell for 650 bucks, but they actually are on sale right now by the time I actually got this video made for $599. That's the same price as the Server Rack battery that I reviewed previously. But that's it, guys. Let me know what y'all think about this battery. Leave a comment and let me know what y'all think. Give me your honest opinions. If you're using this battery, let me know how it's holding in for you guys. That's it, guys. Let me know what y'all think about the battery in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see y'all in the next video.